Hello everyone, MLT Magic Tricks here. So in this video, I'm going to be performing and then teaching you this spectacular sandwich style card trick that is definitely going to amaze all of your spectators. But before we get into it, if you are new here to the channel, make sure you subscribe with those notifications on for more card trick videos like this. And also check out the link in the description to my Amazon page where I have a collection of all the decks I use in my videos, along with a variety of magic tricks and accessories. But now let's get straight into this performance. Okay, so I'm going to start off this trick by giving the deck a quick shuffle. From here, I would have my spectator make a selection. Let's say they choose this card. Now, I would just show my spectator the card. I don't want to look at it. Once they have memorized their selection, I would tell them we're going to go ahead and get this card lost somewhere into the middle of the deck. From here, I would tell my spectator I don't know what the card is or where it is in the deck, so that means I'm gonna need some help in finding the card, and that is where these two cards come into play: the Jack of Spades and the Jack of Clubs. These two cards right here are going to be my helper cards, and they are going to assist me in finding my spectator selection. So we're actually going to get these two cards lost in the middle of the deck, and my spectator is going to decide where these cards go. So I'm going to turn the deck face up. I would have my spectator call stop anywhere as I riffle down the side. Let's say they call stop right here. I would tell them we're going to place the two jacks in where they called stop, just like that. Square up the entire deck and move on with the trick. So at this point, the whole objective is to have my helper cards find my spectator selection. So all I got to do is snap my fingers over the deck, spread out the cards on the table, and you will see that the two blackjacks have sandwiched one card right here in between them. And the card that my helper cards found is none other than my spectator selection right here, the two of clubs. So that is this card trick. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to learn how to perform it, make sure you watch the tutorial. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that performance. This is a very powerful card trick that will certainly impress all of your spectators, and credit to the Magician Khan for this effect. And now let's jump right into the tutorial. So the first thing you're going to do is decide what two cards you want to be your helper cards. I recommend taking two face cards from the deck with the same colored suit, like the two blackjacks here, for example. These cards start off face down on the table. And the only gimmick you need for this trick is a double-backed card. A lot of decks like the one I'm using already come with a double-back card included. I'll leave the link in the description to this deck if you guys are interested in buying it. But if you do not have a double-back card, it's really easy to make one. You just take some double-sided tape. Then you can take two cards from your deck, like the two jokers, place double-sided tape on one side, place the other card on top, and then you've got your own double back card for the trick. So once you have your gimmick, this card, the double back card, starts on top. Your two helper cards are face down on the table. You're ready to go. So you can go up to your spectator, give the deck a shuffle. The only thing you need to do is keep your double back card on top. If you guys are a little bit more advanced out there, you can start off with the double back card palmed in your hand. You can just, start off with it in your pocket. You have your spectator shuffle the deck, so making, this trick a no setup effect. You have your spectator shuffle as much as they want to. Once they are done, you ask for the deck back, and you have this card palmed in your hand, and then you just place it there on top like that when you're gathering the deck. So that's a way you can do it. Either way, double back card needs to be on top. You have your spectator make a selection. They do have a free choice. They can choose any card except the topmost one, which is your gimmick. They choose a card, just have them look at it, but for the tutorial, we'll take a look at it together. In this case, we have the 6 of diamonds. Now, what you need to do is get this card in the second position from the top of the deck. So you're going to perform a Marlow Tilt here. This is a pretty easy move. So as your spectator is memorizing the card, you're going to get a pinky break below the top card, which is your gimmick. So you just push over, pull back, you got your pinky break below right here, the double back card. You act like you're pushing in their card in the middle. So you're gonna have the deck kind of turned up towards you a little bit like this. You got this break, and you're going to push out some cards, make it seem like you're trying to get it in the middle, and then you're ultimately just going to slip it right in that break directly below the double back card. Push down like this so you can kind of get this little shadow. It makes it seem like it's going in the middle. You push it in quickly just like that, and your spectator, who's going to be in front of you, it really looks like to them you're just getting it lost in the middle, but in reality, you have control of it in the second position from the top. At this point, you are going to introduce the two helper cards to your spectator. You're going to tell them these cards are going to help you in finding their selection. So As you're reaching over for the cards, you're going to do another move here where you're just getting a pinky break below the top card. So as you're kind of reaching over here, you push over, pull back, get a pinky break that way, or you can just lift up on the card and get a pinky break below the double back card. You place these cards on top of the double back card here. So the first card goes on, the second one is going to be a little bit out jogged, just like so. It's going to kind of be to the left or right, depending on how you're holding the cards. You're going to lift up these 3 cards. You're going to tell your spectator, okay, I have the Jack of Clubs and the Jack of Spades, or whatever your 2 face cards are. You're going to turn them over like this. So in reality, you have 3 cards here. The 2 helper cards and the double back card is directly behind this one. So keep these cards square, and you can, turn them over like this so it makes it seem like there are 2 cards. As you're doing this, you're misdirecting your spectator. You're going to get another pinky break below their selection, which is on top. So as your spectator is looking at this, you push over, pull back, get your pinky break. You're placing these 3 cards now directly on top of their selection, just like so. At this point, you have a pinky break below 4 cards here, your 2 helper cards, the double back card, and their selection. You're going to first slide off this helper card, and then you're going to place the other 3 cards directly on top, just like this. And you're going to tell your spectator, okay, we're going to place my 2 cards back down on the table, and we're going to get them lost in the middle. So as you're saying that, you're going to come over and you're going to lift up on the first helper card and the card directly behind it, which is the double back card. So you're going to lift up quickly. Your spectator truly thinks you're just lifting up the 2 face-up cards that they just saw. You place them face down on the table, and it looks like you just placed the 2 face-up jacks, the 2 blackjacks, back down on the table. But in reality, you have their selection and your other helper card face up on top of the deck. So I hope that made sense. You guys can slow down the video and rewatch it if you need to, memorize the steps for how you get into this position. But once you get it down, it's really easy to do in the performance, and you're ready to move on with the trick. So you turn the deck face up. You're going to tell your spectator to call stop anywhere. As you're riffling down the side, they call stop. You just place the deck down, and you're going to take the top card here, which is the double back card. Keep it face down. Do not turn it over. And a nice subtlety you can do as you're reaching for the second card, which really is one of your 2 helper cards, you can just casually tell them, okay, we're placing the other jack here face down on the table on top of the deck. And don't even mention that you're turning it face up. Just casually, flip it like this, and subconsciously they'll think that this other card is really the second helper card, but in reality it's a double back card. So you place that face down. Then at this point, you're just going to place the rest of the deck directly on top. And what's happening here is their selection is going on, and then right above it is your other helper card. So that is what creates the sandwich effect. So you're just placing these cards on, square up the deck, tell your spectator that the 2 blackjacks are going to help me find your cards. Snap your fingers, do whatever you want to, spread out the deck, and the 2 face-up helper cards will reveal themselves with their selection right in between, and then the double back card is going to be directly to the right of it if you spread out the cards from left to right. So you can just, square up the deck, you cut that double back card to the bottom, and then you can, like palm it off or something, and then have your spectator examine the deck. So that is basically the trick. Overall, it's not too difficult to perform once you memorize the steps. Just, like I said, guys, you can easily rewatch the part of the video where I talked about what you're doing here on top of the deck with the double back card and their selection. I'm not going to go over it again because I don't want to make this video too long, but just memorize the steps. You'll be good to go. Definitely give this trick a try. It will fool all your spectators. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in my next one. Peace out.